Parents with children in CPS custody separated. Agencies that CPS hired to supervise those visits had to lay off their workers. And now CPS says it was all a misunderstanding that it will fix, though agencies are still waiting to hear just exactly how that's going to happen. Craig Smith has been following this story. He joins us now with Not on Your Side continuing coverage.
Jennifer, if a child is in CPS custody, that child's parent is not allowed to see him or her unless a worker from CPS or an approved agency is watching. When CPS told the agencies they had run out of money for visitation programs, they had to shut off parent visits and lay off staff. Now CPS says that was all a misunderstanding. It's quiet at Aviva Children's Services when high demand cleaned out the budget and CPS did not okay more. Aviva had to lay off 32 workers and cut off parent-child visits. Now CPS has sent a letter saying staff misunderstood, should not have stopped funding, and CPS will work out ways to restore visitation programs for Aviva and other agencies like it. But the letter does not give Aviva's director a clear picture of how and when that'll happen. If I'm a parent looking at the holidays, looking to have a visit with my child, where am I?
It doesn't look good. I did not understand, quite frankly, what was the urgency to do this all before Christmas anyway. But I don't see how they could between what's today, December 19th or December 18th and Christmas, that they're going to suddenly reinstate that and hundreds of visits are going to take place. No, I don't see it.
CPS ducked our questions and sent out a statement. Tucson State Senator Linda Lopez is talking, though. She thinks when bosses shut down supervised visit programs, it was no misunderstanding. It was just the wrong way to respond to tight budgets, and CPS only backed off when media turned up the heat. Has this whole issue hit the point where it is basically being guided by media embarrassment and pressure?
I have to say, Craig, that's what I think we're seeing here. DES retreats. They shut off. You said it yourself. They're not going to answer any questions. They're not going to take any questions. The only way you can get them to move is by putting pressure on them from the media.
Now, these visits happen under court order. Without the agencies working under contract, CPS said regular CPS workers would supervise visits, and those visits would still happen. But KGUN-9 has a voicemail a parent sent us in which a worker conceded that parent visits would not happen, and the problem was agency-wide.
It is crazy to see how all of this is unfolding, and stories from all different sides. But here is what we have. We've got an explosion, according to CPS, of these troubled families, which is what led to this in the first place, all these kids in CPS custody. And we've got these court-required supervised visits. What is the solution?
Well, CPS says it can work out funding in the short term, take it through the end of the budget year. For the long term, Senator Linda Lopez, for instance, says she's going to push legislators to give more funding to CPS and these types of programs, but she says that's going to need support from the governor and support from the Republican majority in the legislature.
That's the long-term outlook. In the meantime, there are a lot of families that aren't going to be able to see their kids for Christmas.
They do not think that they're going to be able to pull it together before then.
All right, Craig, thank you.